right, so we just saw the Comic-Con
really
Lost panel. A lot of stuff was said.
A lot of spoilers.
They came out.
They told us how Lost ends.
Came out of their radio silence, and we got a lot of nice questions and some answers. And
someone's coming back. Someone's coming back to the show.
Yeah, and you will see it in this video. That Cliff so kindly videotaped the whole entire.
That's right,
panel.
Kindly.
Yes, way to go, Cliff Donphonics.
So we'll we'll let the video clips speak for themselves.
Speak for itself. We're done. We're out of here.
From the Lost panel in 2007. Getting us geared up for season 4 and the last clip they played. We'll talk about more on our podcast and stuff, but it was pretty insane.
No, we're on radio silence.
Are we on radio silence too now? So watch the clips. You'll enjoy it, and we'll see you later.
Have fun.
Bye.
It's going to be really cool. I think nobody's going to expect what they get out of the game. It's going to be a lot like the show experience. You'll see cool stuff in the game that you haven't seen in the show, and it has the flashback sort of element, which is you know, ever so slowly going the way of the dodo on the real show. So it's a little bit of a
you know, they didn't just like overlay the Lost World onto some other game platform. They really spent a lot of time kind of coming up with a really cool concept and design and levels and layers. And I think it's going to be good. It's very cool, very cool.
But enough about the game, Carlton, because we're here to talk about the show.
Yes. Now, obviously, we're in a little bit of a difficult position, aren't we not, Damon? Because
yes.
You know, we want to answer certain questions, but we don't want to, at the same time, demystify the show in terms of what's going on. So we've actually constructed a little fail-safe device for ourselves here. And what we've done is we've brought these bells with us.
Right. Cool. Well, here's the thing. Carlton and I, we're drunk, first off.
That was the first step.
And when we're in that state, we tend to kind of prattle on and on, give away too much. Now, as you guys know, and thanks mostly to the fans of the show, we have been given an ending. Carlton's bell works. Okay. It should sound like that. So. But basically, we've been given an ending to the show. We're going to be doing 3 more seasons of 16 each.
Oh, wow.
Which is very exciting. You know, something we never would have been able to do in a million years without you guys. And I'm not saying that because we're in this room, but for 3 years we've been coming down to the con and we've been getting asked that question, and we've been saying we really want to end the show. And I think basically the fans spoke up, and the network and the studio really heard them. But in any case, we're not going to be on until February this year. That's the bad news. But we're going to run straight, no reruns, straight 16 episodes.
And, you know, so, you know, we wanted to, obviously we've been sort of in radio silence since the finale, so we wanted to talk a little bit about, you know, the show, but obviously since we're still 7 or 8 months out from when it's actually coming back on the air, we don't want to be in a position of saying too much. So we've constructed the following fail-safe. If either of us feels that the other person is giving away too much in an answer, he can ring the other person out.
And then that person has to shut up immediately. So, you know, this way we can watch each other's back. And Carlton punched me in the mouth once after a panel because I said something about Nikki and Paolo, and we want to prevent that from happening.
So if I said the monster was a security...
Right, now so...
It just works like that, so, you know, just so you're aware of what's happening. I would also like to just add our profound thanks to ABC Studios, Mark Pedowitz and Steve McPherson from the network, who really were able to help us arrive at this end date for the show. And it's been incredibly liberating for us because, you know, we had this mythology and we didn't know how many episodes it had to play out over, whether we were, you know, going to make 2 years of the show or 10 years of the show. And now we know for certain there are going to be 48 episodes of Lost left. We know exactly how much time we have to fill, and it's really helping us as storytellers. And the 3 seasons of 16 episodes also is good because unlike a show like 24 that resets every year, we have all this carry forward mythology. It's a very hard show to write and keep fresh and kind of keep the ball rolling down the field. And so it gives us more time to do our work to make the show good, which is, you know, obviously what we want to do for you guys.
So the great thing about the con is this is really our time to talk directly with the fans. You know, we want to hear your questions, hear your comments, and sometimes it can get a little brutal, but that actually helps us write the show. I think we need to make ourselves accessible to you guys, and hear what your thoughts are, because it's worked out pretty well so far. You know, so there is a microphone, I believe, somewhere in the middle of the, where is it?
Their microphone is in the middle of the room.
Next to the cameras. So if you guys want to start queuing up, I mean, essentially, this is really about, you know, creating a dialogue.
Yeah.
And, you know, I know that you have to sort of follow the Comic-Con rules of appropriateness, but if hugs are inappropriate, well, you know, damn it, I don't ever want to come down here again. Serious? Stop talking? You just wanted to do that.
I just wanted to do that.
This flashback device is not going to work forever. The minute that we stop showing the audience revelatory moments from these people's lives, and the minute that it starts feeling like we're making it up as we go along, because when you're dealing with the past, you can't make it up as you go along. You kind of have to be like, oh, suddenly, like, you know, Jen had a second wife, and, you know, it's like, oh, really? He never mentioned her. So we knew that we were going to have to switch gears, and that the way we were going to be switching gears was into flash forwards.
It gave us license to basically execute that idea, which we were waiting on because we didn't know how many episodes we had to fill. But once we knew, okay, we're down to 48 episodes, we thought, okay, now we can actually put that out there. I mean, right now the storytelling previously the storytelling of the show had taken place in the present and had gone into the past, and we had always sort of wanted to introduce this notion of the future, and now with an end date we had the sort of certainty to allow ourselves to do that, and we sort of viewed the show as a mosaic, and going forward you're going to be seeing pieces of the show that take place in each of those different time zones, and what you saw with Kate and Jack was not the end of the show.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing that Carlton just said, which is, you know, we wanted to communicate to the audience that the show has never really been about getting off the island, and people have been asking us all along, is there going to be, you know, an after loss? Like, if the show ends with them getting rescued, will we see what their lives are like? And we were kind of sitting on this knowledge of knowing there's this whole chapter of our story that takes place off the island, but we can't start telling it until we tell the audience that the show is going to end. Because they would see, if you had seen the Kate and Jack scene, and it was just the end of season 3, and it was another episode as opposed to one less episode, I think you probably would have thrown up your hands and said, they are fucking stalling again. But because it was in the context of, we're really moving towards the end now, people, like, you know, we feel we owed it to the audience. We needed to do something radical in an effort to basically say to everybody, come with us all the way to the end, and it won't, you know, be a waste of time. And, you know, they let us do it, which was cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for making Wednesdays the best day ever.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
I'm a big Friday fan myself, for the obvious reasons.
Hey guys.
Hi.
You're awesome in your podcast. Thank you for those.
Thanks.
Oh, thanks.
I totally understand that you were spoiled, but I also feel like you were, I don't know, going to bring something unique by talking about Michael here. And I think that it would be a shame if we don't get, and when, aware. I just kind of feel like it's a hoax and he's coming back in a flashback, because you've done that to us before.
Oh, good.
So,
This is another fan of yours, Damon.
What is
I don't mean to put you in a cold sweat, but
Right.
I just think we need to know a little more. It's a little bit unfair.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Just give me a win or give me a
all right.
Okay.
Enough. Please.
Great.
Okay.
What does your shirt say?
Dad.
Oh, that's so sweet. Okay.
All right. You know what?
Let it be
Damon?
redeemed.
We
Okay.
will tell you everything you want to know about Michael. When
Did you ring your bell?
I didn't ring a bell.
Who rang that bell?
I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, Harold Perrineau.